So you got yourself a new, more powerful horn for the motorbike, electric motorbike or normal motorbike. You have plugged it in back to where original used to be. You press the button and it goes click, click. It doesn't really sound. Okay, this video is to show you how to go around the situation. So let me explain. Most of the motorbikes will have the horns wired at 12 volt at 1.5 to 3.5 amp. Any better, louder horns will require 5 amp and more at 12 volt. So you cannot really just replace it because it's just not going to work. So you have to wire it a little bit differently. The power needs to come directly from your battery, or in electrical motorbike scenario, it needs to come from the power converter. So how do you do that? Well, you need to use a relay. So you will take the power from your original horn button, and that's going to activate the relay, and then you're going to wire directly from the battery or power converter 12 volts and the ground, and that's going to give you the power to your horn. This way it will work. So you can, if you want, buy a relay and wire separately and build it all together. This is quite simple. Or you can just go and buy yourself a horn wiring kit. So in this video, I'm going to use a horn wiring kit from Amazon and Denali soundbomb mini. It didn't work for me when I just directly replaced it. So I have done what I've done and it works now. And this video is really to help you, to show you how I've done it. Please make sure you're comfortable using tools. You will have to solder. You have to obviously, take your bike apart to get to the battery or get to your power converter. But it is quite simple. And it's the video how I've done my bike and it works great. Enjoy. And yeah, build and ride safely. Bye. Okay, so can you install Denali a horn? This is the horn right there. And the bastard is loud. That's the Denali mini. Let me show you how loud it is first. Bear in mind, this is an electric motorbike, but it's the same principle for any motorbike. So I had this little epoxy thing here. 12 volts, 1.5 amp, and this was horrible. Because the bike is electric, you can't really hear it. And yeah, horn is very important, and this was epoxy. Especially if the rain gets in there as well, because it's facing forward. It's sitting right there. It's just bad. But anyway, Denali requires 5 amp. So this is why you have to be careful and you need to wire it a certain way. Anyway, so this is how it sounds now. And that is stupidly loud. That's probably like 10 times louder than that thing there. Anyway, so what I've done was I've bought myself a kit from Amazon. So this is a horn wiring kit. I know it looks complicated, it looks a bit of a mess, but I wanted to record it now, this video, so you can see what I've done. So you got cables sticking out of this kit. Number one cable is the red cable. This is your positive to your battery. So it's a normal bike. You go to your battery positive and you just tighten it up under the positive bolt on the battery. Simple. On the electric bike, in this instance, it's a Hovin CR6. What you need to do is, when you take the tank apart, I'm not going to show you how to take the tank apart. It's self-explanatory, it's quite simple. Just take it easy without, don't break any plastics. So you're taking the tank apart, and right underneath, around this area here, you will find a fuse. This is a 30 amp fuse for all your electrics. Okay, so what I've done was I've spliced into one side. So I've got myself 12 volt from here. Okay. But instead of splicing into your positive, you can also go to the shop and buy fuse that already has a connection to it. Or you can just splice to the cable the way I've done it. Up to you guys. And then I've got myself a negative, and you will need negative cable from the power converter. That's a green cable coming out of the power converter. That's your negative. That's your ground, okay? So I've got it there. I've done exactly the same. Cut a bit of insulation off, and I've soldered the cable onto it. That's this black cable right there. For guys with normal motorbike, you just go to your ground. You can go to your frame if you want to, tighten up into the nut somewhere, or go back to the battery. So that's a negative and earth, okay? So on the harness, you will have your positive, your negative, very simple. You also have blue and black cables, and it's 2 blacks, 2 blues. This is because the harness, most of the harnesses are made for dual horn. So you only use black and blue that goes directly onto your horn, and then you have another 2 black and white, and these will be plugging in to your original horn connectors. So what happens is, from your original button, horn button, 2 cables go into the relay that activates the relay. So you plug the cables, black and white, into the original horn harness. Okay, simple. And then you take positive, negative into the relay, and out of the relay you got black and blue that goes to your horn. That's it. So you press the button, activates the relay, and takes the power from the battery, or from the an electric bike, from the power converter, straight into the horn. That's it. And guys, one tip: if you wire it all up and you try it and it doesn't work, mount it onto the frame. The Denali likes to be mounted before it can sound. And that's it. Okay, so all the cables tucked away. Looks nice and neat. The only thing I will say, guys, please remember to change the fuse. The fuse that comes with the kits are like 30 amp. So make sure that the fuse for the horn is lower amperage than your main fuse for the bike. So if anything goes wrong with the horn, it blows this fuse, not the bike fuse. And for the Hovin owners, good news: the Denali Mini fits with the original plastic without cutting the plastic or anything like that. So happy days.